All right, so before we start the video, I need to explain that I had some technical difficulties with the recording. My voice did not get recorded because my microphone was muted the entire time. I didn't realize on OBS. I mean, my mic wasn't muted inside of the thing we were using, the software we were using, this VR game where we're talking to the or Skype. I was talking to the Epic announcer through Skype. My voice was muted on on OBS on the OBS recording, and so I forgot to unmute that, and so that was my own goof. And we recorded this entire hour long podcast or whatever you want to call it of discussion about Smash Brothers with Sora being revealed. So what I decided to do was, in order to save this video, because I really thought it was a great discussion. I really like this video that we produced. I went in and I tried my very best to recount, rethink, remember what exactly I said in all of it. Not all of it, obviously, because I can't remember everything. But I went in, I remembered most of what I wanted to say. Almost all of the, really important things that I wanted to include in my responses and in my takes, my reactions to certain things. And it might sound a little bit off. Certain parts, I'm not going to actually have it to where it's going to sound as natural. Some part, I'm going to just have me recount what I was saying in this part of the conversation and then just resume the conversation itself, because it's hard to naturally always work it in so that it seems like I'm actually saying it here. But I did my best. I tried my best here to let people understand. This is what I said here. This is what I had to say to the conversation. This is what I wanted to say. To change up the conversation to this topic or whatever. I tried my best to remember and reenact as much as possible what I had to say in the discussion we had. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like the video. And yeah, without further ado. Oh, and you'll notice that my character does move his mouth when the Epic announcer talks. That's because we were talking on Skype, and so his voice was being relayed into Neos to CB through Skype. We couldn't have the Epic announcer use Neos because it's kind of taxing for his laptop to use it. So we just had him relayed through Skype. I just used audio software to repeat his audio into Neo. So that's why my character's mouth moves when the Epic announcer speaks. And for anyone wondering what is Neos VR is a social VR chatting software or game. It's also a game engine as well. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool if you want to check it out. Maybe I'll do a video on it some other time. But without further ado, here is our reaction. Here's our discussion about the reveal of Sora in Smash Brothers Ultimate. Hey guys, Sucking the Block here. How's it going? And we are here to discuss about the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate final trailer about Sora. So I have CB Gog here with me, and the Epic announcer, also known as T. And I'm making this video because I felt that I had all these different ideas and thoughts buzzing around my head after the trailer, and I just really wanted to discuss them and get them out there, and I noticed not many people were talking about them, So, CB, let's start with you. What was your reaction to Sora's big reveal there?
I was like, whoa, really? It's Sora? Like, dang, son. That was like, I was definitely in a bit of disbelief at first. Like, really? Like, oh, okay. Like,
oh yeah, me too.
Sure. Like at this point, like, yeah. I mean, he is kind of like defined by the fact that he's a crossover character. So in a way, there's something kind of fitting about him being a last character in a way. Like I like how the trailer almost portrays it like he's the last hope of Smash. Like it's the last hoorah, the finale. Like it's such a cool. Like that trailer was so good. Like
oh yeah.
Like even though I'm not even like a big Kingdom Hearts fan or anything, I genuinely was like, man, this is this is just awesome. Like,
Yeah,
this is what you wanted to see for like the final character reveal. Like,
exactly.
it's just really cool and like visually metaphorical send off where like he's the last light of Ultimate.
I noticed in some reaction videos people were talking about it being like taboo or master hand, since everyone's like frozen as like amiibos or trophies.
Yeah, yeah. That would be cool, but I I mean their boss fights like
Yeah, I can't really imagine them actually doing that as a character for the final one.
and even though like they've done plenty of that in Ultimate with Sephiroth and Ridley and stuff and K. Rool, but like it's more just like a Smash character being the final character is like I don't know, like there's something a little like I guess like I would be cool with Taboo because Taboo's really cool, but like
Right. Yeah.
I mean, do I think they would do it? No, not when there's an opportunity to get a proto Disney character. I mean,
Exactly. I mean, fans would be in such uproar over that if that was the case.
Smash rep. What the hell? What? Why is it more Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Why is it just another Fire Emblem character?
Oh,
They would not actually say that.
we need more Fire Emblem characters, of course. Yes, that's exactly what we need.
Yeah. But yeah, so my reaction was basically that, like, just wow, this is more. I guess I was more reacting to it being the final character than Sora, because like I was just on board with whoever at this point. Like I kind of stopped with my expectations at a certain point, because like I got Banjo-Kazooie and I was just like, okay, that's who I wanted, like really forever since I was a little kid. I'm satisfied. Like that was my like childhood favorite character from a video game that was just like missing, and here they are now. Like I hope that's the same way for Sora, like for some people with Sora. Like I think that like some people might be really, like, oh my god, it's like
Oh yeah, there was this one dude we saw online that had the craziest reaction. People are having a lot of crazy reactions to this. There's this one dude who went insane over it. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And I bet T here might be able to tell you who that is.
Alpha Stoutland.
Oh yeah, right. I'll put that in the description of this video just so people can watch that. It's just probably like the most insane, like next to this other guy I watched as well. I haven't watched that many reaction videos, but I did watch about 5 of them, so I've seen quite a bit.
Nice. So was this one of your hypest characters?
Well, yeah, kind of. I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm more of a casual fan of the series. Not the big into it. I do like Sora as a character. I think he's got a cool and unique personality. I like his laid-back and carefree attitude while also being kind of goofy sometimes. Very determined hero as well. He's a great character. For me, I'll always remember the first game in this series when I first played it back in my teenage years on my PS2, like around the time it first came out. I fell in love with that game when I was younger. I still love the first game more than any other title in this series. The series kind of got a little complicated after the second game. I just felt like it wasn't for me anymore. But I still really appreciate it for what it is, and still really like it, and still reminisce upon it, and really like Sora a lot. And I really am happy he's in the game, and I think he looks like he's gonna be a lot of fun to play as.
What about you? What about you, T? What was your reaction?
When I saw the trailer, when the one flame dropped, like from the thing, I'm like, wait a minute, everyone turned into statues? Like, why? And the flame's just there, so apparently I guess Mario's at the forefront, and like, my first instinct, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe Scorpion? Maybe open the gates of hell or something? But apparently not. But when I saw it turn into the Keyblade, now I haven't really played any Kingdom Hearts games, even though I've wanted to play them for the longest amount of years, but just never have. But also to even just be funny, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the same Sora. Like, where's Biyomon? And that's not a girl, that's a boy. Yeah, since like for the longest time that was the only Sora that I knew, but when someone told me like no, like there's another Sora, the main protagonist from Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, oh, so that's the name. Like, oh, okay. So that day I learned that like, okay, so Sora can be both either a boy or a girl's name. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I eventually looked a little bit deeper into the trailer. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. The animation of all the fighters. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like they're losing their magic. It's like that flame was supplying the magic, but it's like that one last flame. So I guess Mario's closest to it. So he throws a keyblade, and like, as soon as that portal opens, Sora starts coming through. I'm like, he helps restore the magic for Smash
The
Alive.
last light for Smash Ultimate. I love it.
Since like I guess he's bringing the Disney magic.
Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. I can see that.
That's an interesting interpretation. For me, it's all like it's kind of a reference to the Smash Ultimate theme, like the last light and stuff like that. Like it's the last light of Smash Ultimate. It's the last thing the game is gonna get, and like so it's like Sora bringing it one last time, reanimating all these characters one last time before they're sealed away in Smash forever until Smash as a series is put on the shelf because oops, I just kind of made a game with 89 characters and that's hard to do to top again.
Like you say, he's the last light. So I'm like, well, yeah, the last light character who's like lighter than Isabelle. But now my question is, I'm like, okay, he may be lighter than Isabelle, but question is, who is the lightest now? Is it Sora or is it Jigglypuff that's the lightest?
Guess we'll have to find out. Yeah. I wonder how many charge shots it takes to kill Sora. Oh yeah.
And heck, have to get hits with Little Max since he only has like a ground game, but with Sora flying all over the place, he's more of an air fighter and Little Max not, so you'd have to get a lucky hit to knock him out.
Yeah, that'll be tricky. Well, now you're making me want to see that. I want to see a really good Little Mac fight against Sora and see what happens.
You ain't no air fighter, Mac.
Oh yeah, T here is quite the Little Mac main, and I think he also mains Cincinnati War quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much all over the place in Cineroar, but also don't forget I'm thinking of also trying to better myself with both Pyra and Mithra.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Pirate Mithra, you've been practicing a lot with them lately and gotten some progress there. Really good progress working on those characters and getting really good with them and their, especially Pyra and their fire moves. So, T, were you spoiled by the trailer at all? Did you actually see it when it came out and you were prepared for it and whatnot?
Nope. I just went straight to the source before anything was happening. When the before video still on the premiere thing was there, I just put it on there, just put it on widescreen, and just sit there, wait patiently until the video started. Now just like catch up on however much G's I could, so that way I could be a bit more awake for the entire thing when it came on. Because once I started hearing the sound, I'm like, oh, okay, time to wake up. I had the phone nearby.
Yeah, I also caught it. Like I didn't have it spoiled at all, so I was left sitting there looking at the fire sword, like, huh. Yeah, I wonder what this is all about. And then when I saw that it was the Keyblade, I was like, oh snap! Like really? Like okay, like let's go. I guess. I mean, why not?
Like, and then you go. Sometimes the epic announcer can give good advice, but not even Shot can take all of it.
Yeah. Well, I kind of just wanted to, sleep in. I'm not really one to wake up early, but I'm just gonna recount it here. So I essentially slept in for this whole thing. My buddy, the epic announcer, he told me I should have gotten up early for this, and I didn't heed his warning or heed him. I just was like, you know what? I don't care. I'll just do what I did with Kazuya. I'll just find someone else's like stream and I'll just find the video and like play it. But I didn't think about that. I was thinking. I was like, oh, I'll just go to the Nintendo stream and it won't show which character it is. But I'm like, oh wait, that's right. After you wait a while, the Nintendo stream goes away and it shows which character it is, and it spoils you. I'm like, no, I got spoiled. It's like, okay, that didn't work. Well, oh well. This time I got spoiled, and because last time I think I just was lucky enough to not look at anybody's trailer, anybody's reactions or like the actual trailer. I was like able to actually go and be like, okay, what's like? I went to my subscriptions and said, okay, where's one person who has like covered this and like it's not got the the actual character in the thumbnail yet, or the actual character in the title either, and that's how I was able to watch it with Kazuya and be surprised. But then with Sora, I'm just like, I go to the Nintendo's YouTube channel. It says Sora is finally here. I'm like, what? What? No. There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way this is real. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. And I was like, oh my gosh, no way. And then I just thought like, oh yeah. And like people kept saying like, oh, is it going to be Taboo or Master Hand or anyone like that? And I wouldn't think that they would do boss characters. No. But it would have been cool if we got something kind of like that. But there's no way they would do boss characters as playable. That'd be so weird. That'd be really weird. Like, I don't know if people would be into that. But yeah. And then like Sora is just like coming in. He's like floating in. Like he's like, oh, he's the savior. Our savior is coming. It's so weird to me. He's like coming in, like he's coming out of this heavenly light. It's crazy to me, like how amazing it looked and how it's so beautiful. The trailer is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Like CB said,
We were like that close to getting Doom Guy. We were that close.
Oh yeah, Doom Guy would have been so cool. I mean, it does work as a Mii fighter really well.
It's pretty cool. The Mii costume's pretty cool. It fits the gunner pretty well, I'd say. It's not perfect, but hey,
I mean,
it's cool.
I was hoping for at least either like Master Chief or like Tails or Eggman or even Risky Boots, since Shantae was a Mii fighter. I'd be like, oh well. I may not have gotten the characters I wanted like from there. But also to be found, like, well, there are like millions or possibly billions that wanted Sora in there. I'm like, okay, well, I'm outnumbered. They can have it. Like, let them have the win.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, what was up with that? Like, Mario's just like, oh, the fire. Like, does fire have something to do with Sora's, like, or fire magic? Or does it have to do with just Smash's logo in general?
That was my take. Is that it just like the reason it like drips out of the Smash logo is because it's like the final drop of light that Smash Ultimate has for content, and so Mario was just like, yeah, one last go. He just yeets that shit. One last time before I'm voiced by Chris Pratt.
Maybe it might be like the fire in your heart to not give up the fight.
Something like that. It's in the theme of the theme song for the game, you know? Like that.
Yeah, and I noticed a lot of people would be able to recognize who it was when they saw the Mickey emblem logo on the keyblade. They were like, oh yeah, it's Sora!
Yeah. For me, it was just the Keyblade. I'm like, I mean, it's a part of the Keyblade, to be fair, but like, just like, oh shit.
Right.
Well, it's pretty cool. It was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to me that he's like coming in through the keyhole like this bright light. Like it's like, are they saying like, "Oh, Sora, he's our savior. Oh, Sora, come help us and save us from this, amiibo or trophy doom and whatnot." But why was he like floating in? Like I don't understand why he's floating out of the keyhole like that.
Like coming out of the keyhole there.
But isn't that like how they portray Sora in Kingdom Hearts? Like when he's going through trippy universe portals, is like he's like floating backwards, like passed out or whatever. Like, because like I always remember seeing that in like the trailers and stuff. Like they always portray Sora as like floating backwards, like adrift or whatever, like through space. I don't
I'm not sure where you're getting this from, actually.
I remember seeing like, I don't know if it was in the game or if it was like a promotional trailer or something, but like with the music, like with that one song, it's not the one they played in the trailer, but like, or actually maybe it was just a different part where he's like, I don't know, he's like falling into the ocean, but then like it's
right,
into this weird thing, and it's like that's kind of what I thought it was a reference to.
Right.
Like,
it's from the opening Kingdom Hearts 1 where like Sora's coming in through the ocean and he's like floating around and he's like asleep and Riku's there.
Could be, yeah. I don't know. That didn't seem unnatural. Like it didn't seem like they've never, like I'm used to seeing that being a part of Sora's depiction is him floating like half awake backwards for some reason.
I wonder if it's to symbolize that Sora's a big dreamer and that Kingdom Hearts is almost like a dreamlike type world, kind of with all its creations based on Disney or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so I don't actually know like the full context. I watched like Kingdom Hearts 3 because I was like, oh, I want to see this epic conclusion, even though I've never watched the first two or played the first two.
Wait, so... you didn't play the first one, but you played this third one? Did you understand what was going on?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Not a clue. I had no idea what was happening.
I mean, they do at least try to explain what's going on and recount the backstory with Xehanort.
They certainly try.
Yeah, I thought it was funny hearing Mickey just go, "Oh yeah, Xehanort, we gotta tell you about how everything works, yo."
He's just like, I just remember thinking like, so Mickey's saying that they can't do anything because like there's like barely any reason like that Mickey can be involved. It's like, well, Sora, you have to run around and get your powers back and go to these different worlds, and haven't you watched Frozen, and let's let it go, and anyways, we're not here to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, but
yeah, Tangled and Frozen are basically the movie versions in video game form.
Oh, look, we finally got Sora into Smash!
Yeah, there's no way they could get Disney characters in
Smash, yeah. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, like Mickey Mouse and Donald and Goofy showing up in the final Smash.
I think that would have been too far. I think that...
Right.
Maybe...
Yeah, technically, Donald and Goofy didn't start out as video game characters, even to be in it. I mean, they can have maybe like a metal object in the silhouette of something, but I think it has to still just be technically part of a tool, but just not the character itself.
Yeah, like it makes sense why they would like not portray any Disney characters that didn't come from Kingdom Hearts, like, because Kingdom Hearts is supposed to represent like the video game for Disney or whatever. Like Sora is like in a sense the mascot for like Disney video games, even though they make so many different types of games and there's only like a few Kingdom Hearts games.
I did notice that the beginning of him like flying out of the keyhole really does evoke like that the pixie dust and Peter Pan. It's very reminiscent and a reference to Peter Pan from when he gets that in the Peter Pan level. It's kind of like a move he learns. Well, maybe it's not. It's more like just a movie in that level.
I mean, Kind of like a fusion
That's right.
between Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about right.
I think that's right. He does float around in the Peter Pan world or whatever.
The thing I realized now, it's really helped me realize, just thinking about it, seeing the footage again from Kingdom Hearts. Sakurai said it was the highest, it was the big result. It was the highest voted character on the ballot. And so what someone in one of their reaction videos was saying that it's really popular in Japan. I'm like, wait, that's it. It's popular in America and it's popular in Japan. And the game has Western influences with Disney's art and animation, and then the characters in there are from Final Fantasy and Square Enix characters. They're like based off of anime characters from Japan. It's like the two cultures are melding together in this beautiful celebration of both types of art. Like it's really really great and really really special. It's very good crossover between two different forms of art. So now I understand exactly why Sora is such a special character to so many people. And I feel like a lot of people, including me, already had this idea in the back of their head about these two different cultures. I just never heard it spoken quite like this.
Right.
I never really heard it be put into words
it's
like this.
Sort of cultural bridge in the media, the medium of video game. Like, well, like it kind of tries to have all the story elements of Disney films, but like, and literally like almost every Disney character ever, like. So it's got that going for it.
Yeah, it really makes sense why so many people are so excited and so happy about Sora being in this game. It's really great to have him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for all of
It's,
you watching out there, I did do at least just a one small, like 1 to 2 second video to where I made a Sora announcer call 2 years ago before Sora was even announced for Smash Ultimate. Sora!
Nice.
Oh yeah, this video has gotten more views and comments now thanks to the Sora reveal, and it didn't have that many before.
People are like, I gotta hear what it's gonna sound like. Like,
Yeah, right.
can't wait for the 18th.
My top picks for Final Smash character were gonna be like Jack Dexter or Rasputin from Psychonauts, because those are like my top favorite video game characters.
Rasputin would
Okay,
be awesome, yeah.
So back on topic with Sora, do you think that Sonic Blade, like how he's so aerial and he can move, like he's so floaty in this game, do you think it's gonna be cheap?
He doesn't look terrible, but like, I do think that really good Sora players will be pretty tricky. I do think that they're not going to be easy.
Yep,
the
he's
fact
being
that
a Bayonetta copycat.
Well, the fact that he's super light does kind of give me the thought that maybe he won't be like quite on the level that Bayonetta was, like especially in Smash 4. Let's hope that he's not that good. You know what I mean?
As far as like that Sonic
let's hope
Drive
they don't just
combo,
release a super. Sorry.
is that Sonic Drive combo that he got that kind of had me seeing like, wait a minute, that looks just kind of similar to Bayonetta's like 3 combo thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm wondering. I really don't. I guess I don't want to see that Sora releases and he's just blatantly unbalanced. Like there is just like there's just no question about it. Like Bayonetta was in Smash 4. Like, where so far, like even the best DLC characters, I feel like have caveats that make them not as like OP and broken as some people might think. Like on a first glance, at first I thought Pyra and Mythra were like really, really good, and then the more I fought them, the more I was like, well, not as good as I thought. Like, like now that I understand, like, okay, they just kind of suck at getting back to ledge, and like, also, I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting a little too specific, but, but yeah, like, I just hope he's more like that, where at first it might seem like, oh shit, like this character's super good, and then like the more you play against them, the more you realize like, oh okay, no, like he has weaknesses and they are exploitable. Like he isn't just like flawless without some means of defeating him. Like, you know, like if I don't know.
I mean,
Smash players know what I mean. People who play a lot of
I mean,
Smash
the
know
two
what I'm talking
characters
about.
I see that are kind of overpowered, at least to me, is like one, Sephiroth, two, Kazuya.
They both are pretty good, but I would argue that neither of them are broken. Like, you can say they're pretty good. They're pretty powerful characters, but like, neither of them have like, neither of them are Bayonetta from Smash 4 level. Neither of them by any means. I've seen Kazuya's do some pretty nasty stuff, but what?
Even Brawl Midnight was broken.
I mean, yeah, Meta Knight in Brawl was
Oh, yeah.
pretty crazy and messed up.
That was like another level of broken. Like Meta Knight was just like, yeah.
But now that all the characters are here, I want to hear from each of you, at least in your opinions, who do you think is the most broken character in this full roster?
I do think Pyra and Mithra are up there for me. Aspects of Joker I really think are annoying. That like feels slightly like, really, that move is that good? Mainly just Joker's back air. Like if you just spam Joker's back air and counter, like you can cheese a lot of people. Like at least with Arsene, that's the trick with Joker, is you just have to make sure that, you know, when he gets Arsene, he doesn't keep it for very long. But for me, I would say Pyra and Mithra are still like some of the most powerful characters in the game. Just like pick up and play wise, like them. I still think like it just depends on like what kind of player you are. Like if you're someone who plays a fast character, then like Pyra and Mithra will be more like manageable. But if you play slowly, then they're going to be tricky. I don't know. I guess I'm just of the belief that Ultimate's game design is in such a way where like some characters just have a better matchup against others, and like sometimes it's more of an uphill battle for certain characters against certain characters and stuff like that. There's just so much nuance to it. So that's a pretty like roundabout way of saying like I don't find any character particularly broken. Like nothing like Bayonetta was in Smash 4 or Meta Knight in Brawl.
Alright, Shock.
We'll see about Sora.
Oh, wait, CB, what did you just say about Sora?
I just said we'll see about Sora. We'll see how good he is. I don't expect him to be that good. The fact that Sakurai opened with he's very light was kind of like, okay, so he's gonna die quick. Like kind of like Sephiroth, who dies very quickly. Like,
so right, I'd have to say the most broken character probably would be like Pyra Mithra, with their definitely with that Mithra like crazy attack that just goes all over the place. The side special
goes.
Yeah, and Pyra's fire moves, like her up special, is really powerful.
Yeah, me, guilty as charged. I do that.
And there was this one time in the Smash Fight Stick video, I did fight a really tough Bayonetta. I'd say Bayonetta I encountered. I'm not used to fighting Bayonetta fighters, so maybe I just think that they're overpowered because of this one person I encountered, but they were pretty tough. They gave me a hard time. And you can watch it in my N64 arcade stick video where I play Smash with it.
Click here to go watch it.
Yeah, click right on the end card at the end, I guess. All right, I'll put it in the description down below, I suppose.
I find Bayonetta's like, usually when you do find them online, they're just really good because like, it's either you're really good with Bayonetta or you just suck completely. I feel like there's no in between. Like, I have never faced like just a middle of the road like Oh, like they were okay. Like no, usually they're like, or they're just like throwing
could be.
forward smashes out and like.
There could be an in-between.
Anyways, but yeah, I know what you mean. Bayonetta can be really tricky, especially because she's so underplayed. And when she is played online, you're like, it's usually someone who's good with her.
Right. Perhaps I just need more practice against her.
Now, from both of you, who do you think is the most underpowered?
Sheik. Just like instantly, Sheik comes to mind. That's just from me playing when I was trying to get Sheik into Elite Smash. It was very frustrating. I had to.
Oh, right, because you were trying to get everyone into Elite Smash.
It took me a while to get Sheik in because how many matches I just felt like, oh man, I have to work so hard to take the stock. I have to work so hard, and like you don't have like really good recovery tools either. And it's like, I feel like if Sheik had like a really good recovery, she'd be much better, just like so much better. And Sheik was tough.
So who do you think is underpowered, Shot?
Who do I think is underpowered? I'm not really sure. So here it just took me a long time to figure out who exactly I feel is underpowered. I wasn't really thinking in the right frame of mind until CB said this.
Frame it differently. What like think about when you play the game, what character that when you encounter are like, I got this. Like, oh, it's just a blank. What, like, bring it on. Like, is there any character in the game that makes you go like, oh, I feel good about this? Like, you know, even if it's just like a matchup with your character or whatever, like someone who struggles against Toon Link, for example, like Captain Falcon or something. Not saying that Captain Falcon is underpowered. He's not, but I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, like, in a matchup with Young Link, I find that Captain Falcon struggles a little bit because you can just projectile the hell out of him. But I don't know. That also depends too, because some Captain Falcons are cranked. So.
Well, at least from me, while you're thinking, the one that, even though I rarely play her/him, but at least the one that I personally think is underpowered would be the Wii Fit trainer.
Really? Interesting. I faced some very mean Wii Fit trainers to make me not feel that way. Some of them are
And
really, really,
obviously,
like,
probably,
rough.
at least, like, they're probably obviously, like what, man, like 50 times better than me, obviously.
Well, they do these things with some of their moves, like, they use that volleyball slap move to, like, try and spike you off the ledge, and they're, like, constantly using the volleyball as, like, a pressure tool, while also, like, shooting you with the sun thing, while also healing themselves. It's such a, like, you have to make sure they can't get into their little rhythm, or else they're gonna do some mean damage. They're good, but I know what you mean. They are, none of their moves are, like, overtly really powerful. You kind of have to, like, it's more about, like, stringing them together and stuff.
So apparently here I'm still trying to figure out which characters are underpowered, and I'm still thinking, and I'm not really understanding how to get the right frame of mind. I guess that's why CP responds with this. I'm not really sure. I don't remember very well.
Yeah, I think you're overthinking it, dude. Common things that people think are characters that are underpowered are Kirby, Ganon, Jigglypuff. Some people think Duck Hunt is underpowered. I don't agree.
What about the current version of Snake?
Charger asks about the current version of Snake in Ultimate, and I say that, Snake does seem a little bit underpowered from it. Like, he's a little nerfed. He's not bad. I think he's actually pretty good still in Ultimate. I think he's still good. He was a bit nerfed from where he was in Brawl, but I still think he's a really good character that was brought back really, really well. Okay, so here I finally figured out which ones I wanted to bring up. I said Pac-Man for sure. I'm like, Pac-Man, I don't ever see anyone like super good with him. I never really got used to him when I tried to play as him. And Diddy Kong. I didn't think Diddy Kong was all that great of a fighter. He's okay. But then I learned from CB here in a minute about how great Diddy Kong can be. And I do bring up also like Duck Hunt, because I think CB might have mentioned Duck Hunt as like a usual pick for people saying, oh, he's not that great, but you can actually get good with Duck Hunt as well, apparently, according to CB. And CB has more experience with getting good and fighting a bunch of Smash fighters online than I do. He's played a lot of Elite Smash, and he knows his stuff more than I do. I'm a casual Smash player, Smash Ultimate player.
Nor have you seen the Pac-Man that I've seen, or the Duck Hunts. Playing a lot of Elite Smash makes you see that most characters in the game are pretty good. You just need to find someone who plays them in a way that's like, wait a minute, what? Like, they can be this
Like,
good? That's
what?
insane.
How did this happen?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So there's actually competent Diddy Kong fighters?
Oh my god, yeah. Diddy Kong, he won like a major. Someone won a major with Diddy Kong. Someone beat one of the best players with Diddy Kong. So he's a really good character. He definitely is. The trick is his banana. The banana is everything for Diddy Kong in a high level play, because like you want that banana constantly like either in your hand so you can chuck it at them and immediately trip them and punish them, or like have them try to go for it themselves and then punish them for trying. There's so many things I've seen Diddy Kongs do with that banana that it's like, okay, this is, and then like they string it with air moves and get these little quick combos with their little fucking so yeah. Diddy Kong's actually really good, but and don't even take that from me. That's what like competitive players are saying. Plus, if you watch gameplay of like competitive Diddy Kong, look up Tweak. His gameplay for Diddy Kong's insane. He just wipes the floor with people.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see. Back to Sora. At least if it is neutral B with the fire, lightning, and ice, which of those magics do you like most?
The lightning looks pretty sick.
Yeah, I think the lightning looks pretty cool too. So in the neutral B, are you able to like cycle through all the different magic powers?
Yes, you can.
Yes. I assume you only watched the trailer?
No, I watched the demonstration part.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of missed the details about the neutral B and some other things.
Makes sense. You saw lightning and you were like, oh, shock.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he said. Like, if you mash the B button, I think on some of them, it'll like keep doing that one, but then like once you let go and then hit it again, it'll be the next one. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like you gotta keep, you almost have to like micromanage which spell is active at any given time. So like it might be advantageous sometimes to just cast a spell even though it's not actually going to hit anybody. Like it might just be useful to do. Anyways, well, I think I'm not sure unless there's something else you guys wanted to talk about regarding Sora. I'm not. I mean, we've been going for a little while.
Well, I mean, with CB's point that just cycle through the spells that you want to use most, I'm like, maybe when Sora comes out, maybe I'll just cycle through the other two, just so that way I can just use ice on the opponent, just period and only that if I can help it. If the other two hits the opponent, then oh well for them.
Yeah, the only other ice users are like ice climbers and Lucas. And with Lucas, you have to aim his PK freeze, and it doesn't automatically come out. It has to be aimed with the analog stick.
Yeah, it leaves you vulnerable and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly that good of a Lucas player.
Oh yeah, I've been maining him quite recently and getting better at him. Actually, I like Lucas.
Lucas got some slick little moves, especially if you master his aerial
just so
stuff.
y'all know, yes, like Shock has beaten me with his Lucas. Don't underestimate him when he plays Lucas.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I agree. Your Lucas is one of your best characters.
Oh, thanks, CP. I would hope to think so. I would think so, and I am trying to get good in practice with Lucas, get better with them. Oh, hey, do you guys remember where they shut off the completed mural with like all the characters and now Sora's there?
Yeah. It's finally finished.
Yeah, and then like Sora's floating and he's got his arms behind his back. The pose he was making, the pose that he was making reminds me a lot of Goku. He's just kind of like this laid-back hero. It made me think, oh, we might not have Goku in this game, but we do have a spiky-haired hero who's got kind of a similar attitude. I mean, they're different characters. They're not the same personality, like different personalities, but they've got one of the similar
they're both
Definitely.
light and light-hearted.
True. And I kind of thought it was funny that he's like right in front of Ganondorf and he's like chilling. Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Ganondorf's,
notice
like,
that.
right fucking behind him. Like, it's kind of silly.
I thought it'd be so cool to have that big mural on my wall. I just really want to like print it out or something. Somehow get it.
I want to. I would love to have a print of that on my wall. Like, oh my god, looks so good. Such a cool mural.
If one can be found.
I'm sure someone on Etsy might make like custom made Smash mural posters. Custom made, as in like they take the file, the image file, and like properly print it for you and then send it to you.
Oh yeah, I've noticed a lot of things on Etsy where it's just like this copyrighted character with a bunch of stickers of that you can buy.
Yeah, here's just some merchandise that like no one else will make but me. Like, so it's like, oh, cool, nice. I can get my Rowlet branded snow like winter hat now because this person just knits them by hand, and that's even cooler. Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna hop out now. I'm pretty sleepy.
Yeah, we better wrap this up then. It's getting kind of late.
But thank you for having me in this fun kind of podcast-ish video.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this worked out really well, and maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Sure.
One never knows.
Yep, so thank you, CP Gog and T, the Epic Announcer, for joining me on this great discussion about Sora's new inclusion in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Been great, been a lot of fun discussing this with you guys, and I'll catch you all later. So this is Shock on the Block. Peace out.
Peace.